Looney Farm Guy here, and this is the Case IH Concord air drill system by Casearias Modding on Farming Simulator 22. It's for all platforms, PC, Mac, and console. This test is being done on a PS5 here on Fox Farms. And it is a seeder, combination seeder tank and air seeder, as you can see here. So let's find it under Tools and Seeders. There it is. Here we are. So very reasonably priced, if I may say so. $18,000 for the Concord 2400. 11,220 liters of capacity of fertilizer and seed. We have a couple of wheel options, Lizard or Vertestein. No choice between those. I mean, that's it for tire choice. And then you have a fill auger, no or yes. So that going to cost you $1,200 if you prefer the auger style fill method or just the non. Main color. You could choose any one of these colors, purple even, and that's going to change the color of, the fill auger tube. You can make it red to matchy match. You can make it black. That actually looks correct, as opposed to other colors perhaps. But whatever you choose, that is your choice. Moving on to the SDX30, which is the business end. We see here we have a requirement of 144 horsepower, 14.8 tons it will weigh, 9.1 meter working width at 7 miles per hour. So we have 11 and 12 slots on console for these two items. It is a direct drill, by the way. We have wheel setup, wings 11L15 or the 31 by 13 5 by 15. That just appears to be a rim difference, more or less. Rear attacher design. So there is a rear attacher that you can have either or these designs for that rear hitch. Secondary color, you have red or black. That changes that, as you can see where it changed. And the drawbar color, red or black, like so. So, what we have here, I have here a small tractor at 145 horsepower. And it looks kind of small for this setup, but we'll hook it up here. So here, the cart, we can turn it on. Well, that's not going to help us any, but L1 and left on your D-pad puts the pipe out. And I will show you, I have one that does not have the auger. L1 and left moves it over to the seed. So you have seed, fertilizer, and then one more puts it away. So pretty standard as far as auger pipes go. Let's back up and hook up our seeder. So if you will notice something, well, let's L1 and X unfolds it. As we drive around, position this a little bit over here, and if you notice, the wheels on the seeder part, actually the front wheels are on casters. So for this little tractor, if the wheels are backwards and it takes a little bit of effort to get those wheels turn back around. If they kind of get in see right here, it's a little bit tough. So 144 horsepower is the bare minimum for this, as if it gets into that situation, or if you have any kind of hills or anything like that, you're going to be struggling, shall we say. So there isn't anything else. It's a regular seeder. It will seed your regular seeder type. I unloaded it. Didn't want to do that. L1 and triangle changes your crop types. The extra crops there are for this map. See, now I'm stuck. I backed up a little bit. Right, let's bypass that stuff that I emptied. Oh, you want to know capacities, right? Let's see, 72, little over 7,200 for wheat and 35 for fertilizer. Now, I did want to, come on, let's go, little fella. See, that's what I mean. It gets in a little bit of a, there we go. Those wheels are very difficult to turn if they get into a certain position. And yeah, backing up is a little bit of an issue. Turning around is tricky too. And I'm going to show you a little bit of the worker working it and it operating. L1 and circle, lower the seeder, and square turns it on. And I'm going to let the worker go here and show you the turnaround. So gets up to the 6 and 7 miles per hour, not too badly with this little tractor. So you can run it with smaller equipment. It's just not going to be, well, really strong with it, especially if you have a full tank. Now, since the width is only small and it wants to turn around sharp, it'll do this pretty much every time. Now, you may be wondering, well, that's because of the tractor. It's just a small tractor and it has a sharp turning radius, etc., etc., which is probably true. And there we go. But he seems, despite the fact of that little glitch, he carries on, and there it is, 7 miles per hour, so it's not really quick. Here we have a much more powerful Case quad track, or it's a row track, 400 and something horsepower, so plenty of horsepower. Same setup here. There's not much options there with that. If we hop in here and hire a worker, I just wanted to show what maybe our articulated tractor, if it worked any differently on the turnaround, just because of it being a larger tractor and maybe the turning radius is a little different or something like that, and still it does it. Not as bad, but it still kind of does it. So just expect that if you're hiring a worker. If you're doing it yourself now, of course, you can adapt or adjust for that type of turnaround. Now you see here, you may be noticing that why is it going so much faster than the other one? Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. One big reason in particular is I have installed a drawbar on this tractor and hooked it up to here, so that would allow you to fast farm, get around a little bit of a cheaty way of doing it. And as you can see here, this one does not have the auger on it, and L1 and left on your D-pad will open up the bins, and it should, I have not tested this, but it should, there we go, refill the tank. It will refill like so, just like the other seeders that do not have that auger on it. And we do have L1 and up, no, R1 and up. It has a beacon on this back, and no lights though, just a beacon. It has lights on the, lights are like headlight or working lights are on the seeder here, or the tank, as you can see. And another light at the top here for the seeds. Right, so decently lit. Depending on your tractor too, will give you some extra lighting for when you're seeding. Now, there is one thing I did want to try. Notice how the more powerful tractor does not have any problems going forward and backward. So I would probably recommend something in the 200 horsepower range. Let's get these lights off. So since I wanted to try something, since we do have a hitch on the back of the seeder, can we swap these around and have the tank trail the seeder part like the Borgos do and the John Deere? So we're going to try that right now. I have not tried this, and I don't even know if it's gonna hook up or not. But oh, it's not looking like it's gonna hook up. Let's get in here, and no. So that is not something you can do. So the only thing you can do then looks like a pin hitch there, and this is a pin hitch, but it's not accepting that. Let me fold this up, and we're going to see actually what hooks up to this back hitch, shall we? All right, here we go with my usual pin hitch and ball hitch setup, or not setup, but test trailers, base game test trailers that I always use to test. What? Oh, sorry about the camera. This, I should have chose, no, pin hitch will not hook up, which is the oddest thing. Usually pin hitch hooks up to anything, and again, apologies about the camera swirling around. There we go, ball hitch. So, even though it looks like a pin hitch, only a ball hitch will hook up to that rear hitch. So you can have, well, basically an auxiliary tank with seed or fertilizer, whichever you prefer, or whichever you may need instead. So here we go. Let's just turn, fire the worker there. And there we go. And there you have it. A very nice little setup though, very cheap and not too hard to pull. So I would say a very good little seeder for start from scratch, or someone who's working small equipment and wants to bump it up just a little bit bigger, but doesn't want to or doesn't have to get really big. So I really like this. This is the Case IH Concord air drill system by Casearias Modding on Farming Simulator 22. Thank you all for watching. I'm Looney Farm Guy, and remember, it's only a game. So till next time, bye for now.